business trip.
Did the people move around?
It does tingle a little bit. All right, it is DPI Top 3 time. If you're new to the show, welcome. This is the Disney Planning Insights podcast, and this is our fun segment during our DPI Live News and Notes show that you can see every Tuesday night. I'm Matt with the DPI podcast. Over on the other screen is Peter with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel. And how this works is I have a bag full of poker chips, and I've got a spreadsheet with a bunch of questions on it, and we're going to pull out a chip, we're going to match it up with a question, and we're going to have 20 seconds to figure out our answer. And Peter's going to do this in the dark, I guess. So
No, I'm just going to have to, yeah, there. I have enough light. I just got to give up on that thing.
All right.
What's going on?
So tonight we are going to be doing number 10. 10 is our number for tonight. So let me pull up our handy dandy spreadsheet here, and let's see what we got. So number 10 is going to be, and it's not a...
I just got Blue's Clues vibes.
It is not a predetermined question by any means tonight. And I did add some of the ones that you had asked to be a part of this. Okay. This is a good one. Your top 3 smells at Disney.
This is so good. I love this one so much.
All right.
Oh my God, this is such a no other podcast has done this. I guarantee this is unique. This is I can't imagine that this has ever been talked about before.
All right. So you've got 20 seconds to think of your top 3 smells at Disney. Go.
I got them. I'm ready.
Planning your first trip and getting overwhelmed by all the details? Planning your next trip and just want some new suggestions on things you haven't tried? Contact me at Princess and the Mouse Travel, and I'd love to work with you planning your next trip to the most magical place on earth.
You can contact Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel on Facebook at PATM Disney Travel. All right. Top 3 smells at Disney. I'm gonna let you go because you are like all fired up about this one.
This is such a good one. This is bravo. Okay, so I'm gonna go first. One of my favorite smells at Disney is the smell inside of Gaston's Tavern. To describe the smell inside of Gaston's Tavern, it is sweet, cinnamon, and a little bit of fruit, because you have all of the scents in the air because of the foam that they put onto those drinks, sort of like this apple pear foam, and that kind of wafts a little bit of a smell. And then you just have like the overwhelming fresh baked cinnamon roll smell just hits you as soon as you hit the door. And I have made no hidden fact that one of my favorite things to do at Magic Kingdom is to get into the park, maybe ride 1 or 2 things, and then as the park begins to, as the park lines begin to get a little longer and longer, it is time to go take our first 20-30 minute sit down break at Gaston's Tavern and enjoy a couple of those cinnamon rolls and one of the LeFou's brew. And so as soon as you said scents, immediately that place came to my mind. I love when I walk through that door and just the smell of that fresh cinnamon roll hits me and I go, oh yes. Because we normally start our vacations in Magic Kingdom. And so it's going to be one of the scents that truly says, hey, you're here. You're at Disney on your vacation.
There you go. All right. So Shannon chimed in over on the chat, and she has 3 great ones. I'm not gonna say them because they may kind of mesh with some of ours. But my number 3 is going to be the incense burning scene it's on Spaceship Earth.
It's when Rome is burning.
Yeah, when Rome is burning, you have this very woodsy, smoky smell on that ride it's just a really, really cool effect to give you that after a fire feeling as you're going through that scene, and just a great ride with a lot of different smells in it. But that one definitely sticks out in my mind as a fantastic smell that, you know, when you think about it, you smell it when you start thinking about it. So it's just one of those things that you just can't keep out of your mind. So let's go on and let's go to our number 2. And before we get into your number 2, if you want to check out any of our other past top 3 episodes, check them out over on the YouTube page, or you can check them out over on the podcast. We separate them out, and they are their own episodes, normally about 15 minutes long. We've had some great ones, some fantastic, some funny ones. So definitely check those out. And if you have an idea for a top 3, like the top 3 smells at Disney, hit us up on the website. It's going to be down here, but it's patmdisneytravel.wixsite.com/planning, and check out the top right section of the homepage, and you can submit your question or your topic for a top 3 episode. All right, so Peter, what is your number 2 scent at Walt Disney World?
So when we get done with these, I would love for you to read through Shannon's, because I think that's totally worthwhile. So my number 2, it's funny that you went into Epcot, because I'm going to stay in Epcot. There is a smell in Epcot that I absolutely love, and it is on the ride Soarin'. So Soarin', as you travel from area to area to area around the world, mixes scents in to the experience, the ride experience. And my favorite one is the Taj Mahal scene. So as you come into the Taj Mahal, you just get sort of like this fragrance sense, and it's just so good smelling. And it was between that one and the Fiji scent on that ride, but
yeah,
really, it's the scent of Soarin' is really what I love about Disney, because you just move from scent to scent to scent, and it just sort of like the Africa desert, there's sort of like a dry, musty sort of scent that hits you. When you're out over the ocean, you're sort of getting like a salty sea air scent. Like it furthers the immersion into the experience of what is already an amazing ride visually. They sort of turn it into a multi-sensory ride. So I'm just going to say the sense of Soarin', but particularly I love the Taj Mahal one.
There you go. Shannon just put up here that now I must experience the smell of Gaston's Tavern. So it is a fantastic smell. And I'm 100% with you on Soarin'. I was actually going to go Fiji, but since you took that one, I'm going to go a different direction. I'm going to go over to Animal Kingdom. I'm probably going to take your number 1. But Flight of Passage, holy crow. What
That's
a
not
cool...
my number 1.
It's not your number 1. That's awesome, because I think Shannon's got your number 1. But the Flight of Passage is kind of the same thing, but upgraded scents, a little bit of some different scents, because you get the cave scene that's got that musty smell to it when you go into the cave. You've got the ocean scenes where you're kind of going out over the water, where you get the little mist and you get that ocean smell, and you get that same thing with like the African, that dry, musty when you're going down through with all the animals of Pandora in that scene. So you get a lot of those different scents. But yeah, same type of thing. Great scenes and great smells on that ride, and especially my favorite on that ride is actually when you get out over the water, and that was one of Shannon's as well. Just getting out over the water and the smell you get, just that ocean breeze type smell. So
yeah, my favorite on that ride is when you first jump in and the smell just hits you.
Yeah,
it's just a really cool experience. Like I've teleported to somewhere else.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to number 1. And before we get to your number 1, Peter, where can people find you on the internet?
Best place is over on Facebook, just because obviously from Facebook you're going to be able to message me directly and be able to start communicating. You can also find us on our Wix site, which I think is like scrolling along the bottom or shows up in the end credits. So there we do have a vacation request form where you can provide details and information, and I can get back with you as quickly as possible and get the dialogue started. But really on that form, it's just one more step to communication, because you fill out the form, it gets to me, and then I reach out to you to communicate. If you go and find me on Facebook, I'm immediately going to see it, and I'm going to start communicating back with you almost immediately, depending on what I might be preoccupied with. So those are the places to find me. I would love to help you plan a vacation, obviously primarily to Disney, but I am expanding out a little bit more. So I'd be happy to help you anywhere in Orlando, or really any kind of large areas like cruises or vacations to larger resort areas. So let me know how I can help you.
Awesome. So let's get to your number one smell.
Okay, so I am cheating, but not cheating. Okay,
You are.
I'm cheating, but not cheating. All right. So no, you don't even know. I think I'm going.
You can't use all of them.
I think I'm going completely somewhere else. Everything you said doesn't line in with what I'm saying. So my favorite smells are the yacht club and the beach club lobbies. So the reason for that is because my family, our favorite trips are when we are staying at yacht or beach club, because it then gives us access to Stormalong Bay. Anytime we are staying at one of those properties, our park time gets a massive hit. So even like at our home resort of Riviera, we still spend a good majority of the time out in the parks, because the pool, it's a great pool. It's a wonderful pool. The slide's great. Everything about the Riviera pool is great. But the Yacht Club, Beach Club pool, Stormalong Bay, is in a class of its own. All of the deluxe resorts have wonderful pools. Stormalong Bay, like, just pulls their pants down and takes their lunch money of every other hotel pool area. So the amazing thing, though, is like, technically Yacht and Beach Club are connected. You walk out of Beach Club's lobby, you walk down a little hallway, go past a couple of restaurants, and then come up into Yacht Club's lobby. Beach Club smells like tropical Caribbean. And so you imagine like the fruity scents and the ocean air and stuff like that. And then you go into Yacht Club and it smells like mahogany and planking, and not the action of planking, but like, right? Like wharf planking. So like it smells like kind of the patch and the tar and the wood and the mahogany. Like, it just such different smells, even though the buildings are technically connected to one another. And when I smell that, like, those are my favorite Disney trips, because when we're staying at Yacht and Beach Club, like, those are some of our best memories. I just love those resorts. And I look forward to the potential to have DVC there at some day in a relatively predictable future, if Disney keeps the same trend that they have done on other DVC properties. Let's put it down.
And along the same lines, you know, this isn't my number one, but all of the deluxe hotels and some of the moderates and values have unique smells associated with them. You know, when you go into the Grand Floridian, it smells completely different than the Polynesian, that smells completely different than the Contemporary, that smells completely different than Riviera, that smells completely different than Wilderness Lodge. I mean,
we're thinking Wilderness Lodge. I was like, that's a really unique one too, is Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah, so I mean, if you want, you know, and we've talked about it before on the podcast, is a cool thing to do if you have a free day is just resort hop and check out the lobbies and the pool areas and just the surroundings of some of these other big resorts on Disney property, because there are a lot of different things to see, different things to smell, different things to taste, because each resort is really its own animal when it comes to all of those things. So no, great number one. Not where I thought you were going to go, which is awesome, because I don't know if another fire scene makes me a pyro, But the fire scene at Pirates of the Caribbean is my number one.
A little bit. A little bit. So I like going to Disney to smell fire.
I guess that's a good thing because it means I'm not burning things down at my house.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah,
my fire kick.
I mean, 2 of my 3 favorite smells are cities on fire. But
Rome and Caribbean port towns are on fire.
Yeah. And they're very unique smells. I mean, they're very different smells.
That's true.
But yeah, no, Pirates of the Caribbean, again, another unique, depending on where you are in the ride, lots of different smells. You also get that huge chlorine smell of the water, like you do in It's a Small World as well, and Navi River Journey. Any of those boat rides, you get that big chlorine smell on top of everything that you have. So they kind of overpower the chlorine with a bunch of different smells, which makes it fun. But yeah, again, Disney is such a cool place because as soon as you walk into a resort, into a park, into anything, a restaurant, you get a unique experience. And it's not just, hey, what do I see? What do I hear? You get it through the smell as well. You get it through the feeling of, you know, that walking under the railroad tunnel going into Magic Kingdom there's a feeling you get transported, and it's really, really cool. So hopefully, if you haven't been able to experience that, you can reach out to us and we can help you experience that here in the near future. So Peter, anything else before we let the fine people go this week?
What are Shannon's?
So Shannon's were,
give the people what they want.
The water scene on Flight of Passage, the Taj Mahal scene in Soarin', and the chlorine smell on Pirates of the Caribbean.
We got all of them.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So, no, she is a woman of my own heart. So.
Yeah, you all, like, all 3 of yours were rides. I will have you know. and all 3 of Shannon's were rides.
I go to Disney for the rides.
I went restaurant, ride, and hotel. I diversified my sense.
You did. You know,
Paris, when you walk into Paris and Epcot, that has like I don't know where the scent comes from, or if it's just a mix of like the bakery and the perfume shop and whatever, but like the entire France pavilion has like its own unique scent. To be fair, so does like Germany. You go to Germany, and you're like, I smell sourdough everywhere.
Well, and you go into Japan, and you get the cherry blossoms and the plants that are in that pavilion.
It is. It's just amazing. Like I always tell clients, don't go expecting thrills. Go expecting experiences, because Walt Disney World is not a thrill company. It's an audio visual animation experience company. So, now. That being said, over the last like 3-5 years, the thrills have really taken a step up in the Disney parks. There are definitely a lot of really, really exciting things to do, much more than there used to be. So, boy, it's exciting.
It is. Well, thank you for joining me on the DPI Top 3 tonight. Hopefully everybody has a good week, and we will see you back here next Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and go to the outro because I don't have a really good question for this week. So, Peter, thanks for joining us, bud.
Ask us some questions.
Yeah. Go on the website. Ask us some questions. Go on the Facebook page, Twitter. Ask us some questions. They've been scrolling around here the whole time. And we will answer them on the show. So, again, thank you guys all for watching. And we will see you next week.